Welcome back, everyone. Gonna have another best of one here. I believe that this is just from ladder, and this is a replay that is brought to you by the Razer replay pack from that was recently released on TeamLiquid.net. And this replay pack does feature Liquid's very own Zenio. And as you can see, spawning in the top right position on Daybreak, we are going to have, as our red Zerg player, LiquidZenio. And his very, very potent opponent in the bottom left, it's going to be our blue Terran player, FxOGumiho, currently under the tag of Gumiho FxOGumiho. FxOGumiho is actually a very old clan. They are no longer around. I believe that they pretty much merged into what is now FxO, but FxOGumiho for a very long time was kind of that team in Korea which basically, how would you say, kind of fostered young talent, new talent, and turned people into stars that they are today, as you can see, Gumiho. Excuse my Skype there. I am actually currently chatting with one of my favorite casters to date, Maddles, or also known as SC2 England. He is an extremely awesome caster. You can check him out at Maddles SC2. Is pretty much all of his, I believe, all of his links on YouTube, Twitter, etc. Follow the guy. He is absolutely freaking awesome. But anyways, we're going to have a 1-Rax expand coming out of Gumiho, and would like to see a supply depot block just to limit the knowledge that Zenio gets. It does look like, yes, we do have a hatch first coming out of Zenio. More than likely going to be a 1-Rax expand. I guess I shouldn't say for sure that it definitely is, as it has not occurred just yet, but that is a fairly standard style of play. Some people do like to get their factory out along with the reactor on the barracks and kind of go into a Hellion Banshee expand. And it does look like that's going to be the case, as he is taking a gas first. And this kind of hints at the fact that he's going to need his gas a little bit earlier, which means he's going to need less minerals. And Torn saying, basically, give me my factory, I can wait on this expo. But no, now it looks like he's actually banking quite a bit of minerals, so this call may be incorrect. Yes, it does look like he's going to go for expand, and of course, that is the karma of casting. You say one thing, and the players will always do something different. Gas coming down for Zenio. Pretty standard time. Kind of depends on what you are attempting to do. If you want to get out speed and make sure that you can exert map control. A lot of Zergs have recently switched to a style where they will get their expansion up, they'll get their queens out, they'll just mine minerals away, and then they will grab something like a double gas at 36. And this just allows you to still have enough defense at your front line for creep spread, and your queens, you can even get a spine crawler because you are mining so many minerals, and you don't really have to worry about any sort of overusage. And then you can slowly just throw down 2 gas at your natural. And this is also a very nice tactic because it keeps the Terran, or yes, the Terran player guessing as, you know, well, do they have 4 gas or do they have 2? And that can force out a scan, that can force out some sort of, you know, basically rogue scout where they might try and stim a marine up into your main to check. But pretty standard so far. It is going to be reactored Hellions, and actually Gumiho going for a triple command center very quickly. And always want to keep up with the economy of Zerg, but Terrans have been playing quite greedy lately. As we can see, this kind of 3cc style has been very prominent as of late, especially in Korea. And I'm not 100% sure that I always condone this type of play, unless you know that your counterpart, in this case, Zerg counterpart, is going to be extremely passive. And as we can see, it does look like he's throwing down a... yes, he is preparing for a third base. So Gumiho guessed kind of correctly, but if Zenio were to go for some sort of Ling Bling all-in around, you know, say the 7-minute mark, this could be quite potent. And Zenio has been known for some of his crazy all-in plays. He actually has one of the coolest all-ins, I think, as far as Zerg is concerned. His 3-base Ling Bling all-in against Protoss. Basically, your third hatch pops, and you just go, 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 go. But anyways, we do see an eBay coming down, and with double eBays, this says Gumiho will, in fact, not be going back. We do see Stim being researched as well, and he has completely skipped Banshees. And this might be out of respect of the playstyle that LiquidZenio has, as he might be aware these both are Koreans, and I'm sure that they have played against each other quite a few times. We do see double Evo Chamber coming down. So both of these players will be packing their upgrades quite heavily. We do see Stim Pack and +1/+1, so there really could be quite a nice bio timing here out of Gumiho, but we shall see. The Overlord does in fact spot this third base, and I would have loved to see Gumiho lift that off and try and get it out of the vision just to keep Zenio in the dark, but hey, you can't do everything right? And now we do see a total of 5 racks being thrown down. Quite a few Zerglings out, and as we can see, they are very damaged, but they do regen fairly quickly. Nothing like Reapers and Hots, may I say, which I do feel possibly could be nerfed due to the fact that with good micro, as we've seen out of players like Dragon, he tends to abuse the new situations. I don't know if you guys have caught the video recently posted on Reddit where he basically abused the crap out of poor Hasuabs with the new Medvac speed boost and the Fire Bats being dropped. But anyways, +1/1 coming out for Zenio as well. Armory coming down, so Gumiho can continue into 2-2. Reactors on 2 barracks, and this means he is going to be able to pump out Marines. Oh my god, 4, in fact. So there is about to be quite a substantial amount of Marines hitting on the field, and yes, these reactors take quite a bit of time, as we can see, to build. In fact, it is 50 in-game seconds, which seems like forever, but the ability of being able to double produce Marines does mean that you do not have to throw down another command or production building, which I believe in itself is almost worth it. Zerglings still getting kited by these Hellions. Great control out of Gumiho so far. His third is up and quite saturated. Good bunker placement. Nice little wall off about to be established. He is getting his 6th gas as well. Zenio is up on these as well. Centrifugal hooks coming out. Infestation pit as well. And more than likely going to see pathogen glands researched. Or I would hope so. It does get become kind of an oversight sometimes. Every once in a while you just kind of assume that you've done it because you've played a bajillion games. These Hellions still poking and prodding around. Great that he's been able to keep these alive. It just really allows him the map vision that he needs against any sort of potential very quick Zergling, Baneling counterattacks. 4th base coming down for Zenio. And quite a few drones taking a lesson out of Rhett's book. 81 so far, and it looks like he's going to continue slowly doing that. Nubatized Carapace coming out. No drops on the way, though. Research of Burrow as well as 2-2 for both players. Pathogen glands, as I had stated before. And we do see some Hellions starting to poke in a very large Bioforce. Would like to see him possibly pre-split this up before he pushes on creep, and yes, it does look like he's going to do that. In fact, this is a huge thing for Terran players to note. You have to pre-split your army. A lot of Terran players have been complaining about how difficult it is to deal with Banelings, and that's more or less because they just sort of A-move on a creep, get fungled, and then the Banelings just splash into them, and it could be handled much, much better. And as we see from this high-level Terran player, Gumiho. He did do the pre-split. Even if you can have them in somewhat of a line like this, just to where the splash damage on the first couple does not transfer to the back half, it's absolutely huge. And he does spot these with the medvacs. He's going to need to probably stim, yes, and get out of there. Gumiho, no. Very cost-effective trade so far. The tank is actually conveniently tanking a lot of the damage from those banelings, and it does look like he's going to be able to thwart this aggression from LiquidZenio. We do see a drop being loaded up of just 8 Marines. He's going to probably try and push over into this 4th, as well as push over through the middle and possibly clean up some creep. No, he's not, and this tank is more than likely going to be picked off, and that could be huge. 3-3 on the way already from Gumiho, as well as +1 ship weapons, and this is more than likely for the preparation of Broodlords, as we do see the Hive coming down. I am not 100% sure that there is a Spire from Zenio. No, it does not look like it. Possible counterattack coming out. LiquidZenio just checking to make sure that there are no 4ths down. And in fact, there is a 4th getting ready to land now. Great little wall off here. This is really what you have to do. This bunker will thwart counter pushes exactly like this. There's no way for these Zerglings to do anything. Siege tank on the way finally. Would like to see this come out of him just a bit earlier, as it really helps with the... Oh my god, and I'm sorry I did miss a huge drop in the main. He's going to try and snipe off this hatchery, and it does look like with another stim he is going to get the Hive, which means that there will be no Broodlords on the way, but in fact we do see Ultralisk tech as the choice out of LiquidZenio. And that's kind of nice because he just got his adrenal glands up started. He just got his 3-3 started as well for ground, and that means that for the most part the tech that he needed has been already started. It does look like Zenio is going to try to catch Gumiho unsieged here, but decides not to push. And as we can see, Ultralisks are on the way, as well as chitinous plating. A little bit of an engagement here. Nothing too promising for either player. Would like to see, yes, the layer is on the way. Okay, good. Sometimes, as a Zerg player, you can forget, oh, my dive did get sniped off, and when you go to morph that Greater Spire, well, it's not possible. Very infuriating. These macro bars from both of these players have been quite outstanding all game. And don't get your medvacs fungled. Oh, no, that was a perfect opportunity for LiquidZenio to really start doing some damage. As a Zerg player, you really want to eliminate these medvacs as much as possible, as we can see the energy on these are, well, quite high, and that allows this bio to just keep stimming all day. Excuse me there. Corruptor's on the way. And here come the Ultralisks, and Zenio was not prepared for this. As we see, he only has 3 Marauders. Great fungals going down. Oh my gosh, Gumiho, you are about to lose so much supply. He does trade quite efficient there, but these siege tanks being sieged up is probably not the best move, as they do higher single target DPS when unsieged. Lot of Marauders coming out now, and it does appear that Gumiho is going to meet this group of Ultralisks head-on. He is very aware of the army composition that is needed. Would like to see a couple Queens brought out just to keep transfusing these big old Ultralisks, and they are at, in fact, 6 armor now, or 5 armor upgrade, as they do start with a base of 1. 6 armor Ultralisks. Oh, Lord, do they do damage. They just don't die, but as we can see, we do have Punisher grenades, and they do 26 damage a shot from these Marauders, and it doesn't seem like a lot when you're talking about a unit with 500 hit points, but man does it add up very quickly. A little bit of a drop coming in here, just looks like 4 Marauders, yes. He's probably going to try and snipe off some of these buildings, as almost every building I believe in the game is considered armored, and well, if you can have the extra damage there, that is quite nice. You see a little bit of engagement. These Queens caught out in the middle, and that is not good for Zenio. He is max, but it's quite heavily on just Lings, as we can go to the unit counting station and see there's 65 Lings and some Banelings being produced, so 12 in total, but most of his army is in Tier 1 tech. You see 4 Vikings out just to deal with the Corruptors, keep these medvacs safe. Quite a large group of Marauders being dropped, and a counterattack here on the planetary at the 4th, but it is not going to matter. This planetary is, in fact, in beast mode. Can deal with Zerglings so effectively. Does look like these Queens are going to get caught. Does this medvac go down? No, it does not. He drops the last 2 remaining Marauders, and oh man, the Queens get cleaned up so quick, as they are, in fact, armored units. Great siege position here out of Gumiho. Nice little choke here as well. Awesome fungals coming down, but I'm not quite sure that that's going to be enough to deal with this Bioforce, as he has some great positioning. And yes, as we see, I would like to see another stim. Yes, there we go. To catch these Marauders, they cannot, in fact, be, what is it called? I guess affected by the concussive shell, as they are technically frenzied. I do believe that that is actually the only unit, and another small drop of those medvacs that were sent out earlier coming up here, and it does look like they're going to be able to clean up these lings. Yes, with another stim. No, actually. More lings flooding out, as we can see in production. 2 spires on the way, because he did in fact lose this spire, and his hive is up now, so he can finally get into that Broodlord tech that he was looking for. Ship weapons level 3 coming out, and that means that when Gumiho has to engage these Broodlords, oh my lord, are they going to die so quickly to these Vikings. He actually won't even need Marines. He can pretty much just go Marauder Viking and say, hey, guess what? GG Broodlords. The hatch does get cancelled, the bottom left. We do see both players on 5 bases, and as a Zerg player, you do want to be ahead. Huge engagement, though, coming out. Nice fungal for the most part, but so much stimmed bio here. Not quite sure if Zenio is going to be able to handle this. We do see quite a bit of Banelings, but with so many medvacs full of energy, he can just sort of keep kiting these units all day long. But where is the supply of Gumiho at? It happens to be spread all over the place. There's just so many medvacs that really have no bio to heal. Mighty unfortunate. We do see quite a few Vikings in production, as well as he is assuming that the transition to Broodlords is going to happen finally with some more production facilities. Does look like Gumiho is going to go for a planetary like a boss. These medvacs have all such high energy. It's so crazy. 3 Vikings over here just to make sure that no funny business is going to come in from the sides, which I'm not really sure why, as Zenio actually doesn't even have drops, and it does look like we're going to see a large amount of pressure applied here by Zenio. Gumiho is in fact maxed on 200, and Zenio is not even close. Gumiho should be looking to sack some SCVs. Great fungal on the bio there. And these Corruptors are going to start melting so quickly, as I do believe, yes, they in fact do not have a single attack upgrade. And that's going to cause quite a problem for Zenio. Gumiho's macro has been absolutely immaculate this game. It is so crazy. Infestors being sniped down so quickly, and with his concussive shell, more dying. And that is not a good thing for Zenio. Ventral Sacks finally being upgraded, along with +1 flyer attacks. As we can see, +3 ship weapons is already done. 4 medvacs being queued out now, and the Greater Spire is on the way. He has gone up to more medvacs instead of Vikings, and it does look like he's going to finally bring these in. We do see a nice siege up here by Gumiho, and he's going to really start pushing into this 5th base, I guess you could call it. Nice stim, and he is going to, oh my god, and actually the entire army from LiquidZenio is out of position, and he forgot to repair actually on that planetary fortress, but so much supply has already been neutralized. This 5th base has gone down, this 4th base will go down, and I'm looking for Gumiho to press into the 3rd as well. You hear transfuse going down somewhere, but all of this stuff is just getting cleaned up so quickly. 3-3 bio is in fact so strong, and we do see that the 4th base is in fact still up for Gumiho, along with 2 floating CCs, so he can just land these and mule the crap out of everything. Production facilities getting attacked, actually just the add-ons, so not too big of a deal here. and these medvacs can just literally heal through about anything. Units being pulled back, but Gumiho is in fact up 4 to 3 bases. Yes, 4 to 3 bases. And when we talk about mining bases, actually, he is up 2 to 1, as this is not even really a mining base, and this is, so actually he's up, yes, 1.5 to a half base, and that's not a good position to be in. These lings do need taken care of, as they are causing quite the issue. But we do see CCs are already here in position, along with some bio to thwart away this any sort of potential counterattack. And yeah, these lings are just going to get shredded through. Oh my lord, good mules. We see 11 mules getting dropped down by Gumiho. That is actually more than 1 per mineral patch, which means that it is actually quite inefficient, as they are going to need to bounce around. But as we can see, his income is hilariously at 3,200 minerals a minute, and that is crazy. Very big engage coming down here. Huge fungals going off. The Broodlords are out, but there's so many Vikings, so much bio here. I'm not sure after these fungals go away that he's going to be able to handle this. He can just keep stimming, and with so many medvacs to heal, he gets up underneath of the Broodlords, and is he going to target fire these? No! He in fact only has Marauders, and they cannot shoot up. Oh, this is so terrible for Gumiho. Zenio does in fact look like he is going to start crushing the army. This is a problem that a lot of Terran players have been experiencing in late game. They overcommit to these Marauders to deal with the Ultralisks and completely neglect the Broodlord switch. But we do see these Vikings will be able to trade quite cost effectively with these Corruptors, as they only have +1 attack, even though +2 is on the way, and Carapace as well. Gumiho does not want to get these fungled, but with the added DPS of this missile turret, that's going to help out quite a lot here. He does need to find a way to engage this army. More medvacs coming on the way. Siege tank going to try to take out these lings, but not 100% sure that they're going to be able to correctly deal with this. This base has gone down for Gumiho, and LiquidZenio does look like he is going to really start putting on the hurt, but no, he has in fact lost most of his Corruptors, and without the air support, and oh my god, so many Marines stimming in here, there's a ton of Vikings all of a sudden out of Gumiho, and this air army is going to be depleted rather rapidly. This is a very back and forth game, absolutely crazy. Counterattack of lings coming up here. It does look like these Vikings are going to try and kill off as many Broodlords as they can, but they have reached the end. These infested Terrans are going to, in fact, die off just beforehand. But another small force coming out of Gumiho, and he may not have the supply lead, but if we take a look, it is because he's actually on only 25 SCVs. So if you factor out the workers, he is actually technically ahead on army supply. Yeah, and as we can see, he's spent quite a bit more in minerals, at least. Does look like he's going to try and put on some counter pressure at the 4th. Oh no, and is he going to get a fungal off here? Not quite yet. Pretty good pre-spread out of Gumiho. Great fungal going down at the top of the ramp, but not sure that it's going to be enough. These infestors are falling. The Broodlords are falling as well. Great Baneling landmines there from LiquidZenio, but Gumiho is just pressing in here so strong. And they are actually getting into basically a base trade scenario here, where they're both very limited on their mining, but with these fungals, Gumiho's supply is dropping so quickly, and he just does not have the economy to support this. As we can see, yes, he is mining quite a bit of minerals, but his gas income is hilariously low. And now on with a almost full surround on this planetary, even with the SCVs repairing, I'm not sure that he's going to be able to save this. And yes, he does. No! In fact, the Ultra's doing such good damage against this. And GG is called out of Gumiho. LiquidZenio does take this best of 1. Thank you guys for watching. This has been a SG Series with the Wings of Liberty. Please feel free to leave any sort of comments You can actually reach me at all of these links displayed on the splash screen. Just let me know sort of what you thought, how you're feeling about my casting. Would love some feedback. Would love to hear what you guys think. Is it good? Is it bad? What could be improved upon? Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.